live.
Live!
Yay.
Yay.
Live?
Live!
Live! That means we can't swear.
Yeah, no. I had my fill of that last night with League of Legends. Please. Anyway, I am Draco. This is episode, I think, 41. Yes, 41 of Bluescreen Bronies. And I've got with me here a couple of guests here. We've got Viral, who's always happy, and go back to your corner.
Okay, I have McDonald's.
We have Kyle, who does our news each week.
Howdy.
What?
That's
really?
it? That's it. That's all you got.
Whatever. Moving on.
Fine.
We've got Screwloose,
Ah!
who also doubles as Rob Paulson's stunt double for Pinky.
Well, I don't know if I can do that right now.
No, you can't. You totally blew your voice out at Dragon Con, you silly,
I know.
silly twit. Anyway, with him, we have PR for BronyCon.
Hello. I am
Mr. Starlight. Yes. Starlight. And yes, you can hear Duke Nukem, because this week is going to be as awesome as Duke Nukem Forever.
Yep, done. I quit.
Oh, it's great.
We need a load screen. We need a
It's
5-minute load screen. At least it came out.
12
you know,
years
there are a lot-
later.
There are a lot of people who came out that have taken a long time to come out. Not necessarily that we want them to come out.
Wait. We're not talking about Clay Aiken here, okay? So let's stop.
Oh.
All right. Yeah, this week's episode is Gamer Drama. Yes, there's been a lot of that this week. A lot.
Nice echo on that.
I know, right?
Oh
Pigs in space! That was awesome, actually.
Get on with it! Get on
All
with
right,
the drama.
we got there's been a lot of drama this week. Nintendo, Square. I don't know where to start. How about let's start with Final Fantasy
Nintendo,
here.
I am disappointed.
Start with Final Fantasy 14. Let's get the most amount of drama. 14, evidently, the remake is so popular that it's crashing on the servers all the time, every day. People are waiting 4 hours just to log in.
Sounds familiar. What was it, Alex Straw's server back in vanilla?
It's
like
Wow.
Disney.
It's horrible. People really, you don't look at sales numbers and say, oh, maybe we should, pre-expect this many people. I mean, even if you overshoot it, you've got more room to play with than nothing. Us Final Fantasy
And you have
players
a lot less
broke
people
the
who are
server.
cheating off.
We broke the servers. We're on temporary data centers right now. It's terrible.
I haven't seen that kind of... that's like if you go to Woot.com and go for a Woot off. You ain't getting a Woot off. Everybody else is going to get a Woot off with you.
Yeah, I don't care what the excuse is. MMOs always have a bad launch. This crap needs to stop, okay? Just because an MMO has unexpected parts and all games at launch have unexpected parts and bugs happen. That's great. This is not a bug. This is human error.
I wouldn't call this
I mean,
error.
look at it from this way. I've seen a lot of reports on this. People are comparing it to the launch of World of Warcraft. Well, that's all well and good. World of Warcraft did have a bad launch. However, World
10
of Warcraft
years ago.
Exactly.
This should not be an excuse anymore. It should not be an excuse anymore at all. Okay.
No, wait, I will. Do you think this is worse than SimCity launch?
EA just doesn't care anymore.
No.
Plain and simple. EA just does not give a hoot.
No, they'll rake in that lovely money and then just say, "What, you want customers?"
There is too many bored housewives buying these games, and I looked over at Kotaku right now. I just saw something completely. Wow, this is unrelated, but drama nonetheless. Miyazaki's retiring. No!
Oh.
Wow.
Hey, at least he went out on a good note.
Yeah, sure. 2DS. Great note.
Nah. Anyway, Square Enix also has another bit of drama behind it. At first, they were like, okay, you can't make money off our videos even if you put commentary and stuff to it. Now they've kind of switched footing because now they're getting zero broadcasting from Total Biscuit, Jesse Cox, Yogscast, and all of them. They refused to play the game.
Wow, why?
Because they couldn't make money from the ad revenue. So why put something up on your channel that is a waste of time and space if you're not going to get something from it? These guys play games for a living. Why would they do this for free? Square... Okay, just because Nintendo decides to have the balls to try it, doesn't mean you should. Because Nintendo's getting sued.
Yup.
Anyway, they
Draco,
flip-flopped on this
Draco.
about as good as Xbox One did.
Draco,
What?
would you do me a favor?
No.
Go to your refrigerator,
No.
get a beer,
No.
crack that sucker open.
Just because you're a Dragon Con and can enjoy beer doesn't mean I can.
You know, I don't think we've ever actually seen Draco ever drink.
Nope, you won't. I'm drinking 0 drops of alcohol.
He's such a good boy.
I'm such a good baby dragon.
He's a good baby Jake.
Anyway,
Enix-
Final
Enix-
Fantasy XIV video monetization. They flip-flopped on that as hard as Xbox One has, and now you can. It's I don't know. I think it might be a little too late on that one.
You think?
Just a little bit.
He's on critical support. Better call hospice.
Yeah, I know, right? The 2DS, okay, Nintendo decides to come out with the 2DS because making a 3DS with an automatic off on the 3D is just too complicated. So let's throw $100 million at researching designs for this.
I like that picture right there.
I know, right? Yeah.
I'm going to weigh in on this. I talked with somebody sitting right next to me. I was donating platelets here at DragonCon. Sitting next to me, he said, he wholeheartedly disagreed. He said it was quite comfortable. The way it feels comfortable to hold. There's no. He said it's easy and it's sized more appropriately for a smaller child. And obviously with the automatically 2DS, the little kids won't have their eyes fall out of their skulls. Apparently, that's a thing.
That's fine, but since when is Nintendo the parents of children?
Since Nintendo Entertainment System, back when I was like...
That was never meant to be a babysitter. I think... What was it? Extra credits. Yeah, extra credits said it perfectly. Games are not a babysitter. They are not meant for you to plop your kid in front of and do whatever.
Wait a minute, you never played Reader Rabbit? Boom!
I play games like that on the Commodore. Jeez.
Anyway,
How old?
point being, games are meant to be enjoyed either in the company of others or at a level where you can understand what's going on. Kids can't understand what's going on completely. That's a given. So this is kind of silly that Nintendo would spend $1 million, $2, $3, $10, whatever, millions dollars researching designs and redoing all this stuff and buying enough product to where they can build these things at enough volume to sell them. This is stupid. Now they've got two handhelds competing against each other.
No, but here's what I think that they're doing for it, is that
it's a big blunder.
if you have a 2DS and you're a parent, you can play on the 3DS, and then you can have your child, which you can play with the 2DS, and it doesn't fold, so it's harder for them to break.
It's harder for them to break, but yet if you drop it on its face, it still cracks.
Really?
But odds are it's still gonna run. I mean, come on, this is the same company that made the Brick Boy.
It might be the same company name, but it's not the same company. A lot of those people have already died.
Why aren't you just a bag
I'm
of
feeling a
sunshine?
very
I know,
War Josh
right?
Dean. I'm feeling sensing a very War Josh Dean in you. You feel I'm hearing you fired up about this. You are angry.
I'm fired up. This is drama week.
Fired.
I brought my my ragu resistant bib. I've got my fork. Where's my breadsticks?
Let's eat it. Let's eat.
Yeah, the 2DS is cheaper. It is
It has bigger shoulder buttons for when you want to play Street Fighter 4.
The problem is the shoulder buttons are, yeah, whatever. I mean, it's.
You know who had big shoulders? The 90s.
Remember the 90s?
That's because
Get back in your corner.
It was a good show. Oh God!
I'm gonna hit you with a newspaper right on the nose.
Yeah. Well, guess what? Oh God, I can never pronounce this right. The Ouya, whatever. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ooh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Where's the
Free
Kool-Aid
the
guy?
games recipients. Yeah, they're not. They're not very. Yeah.
Happy.
It's
It's a great idea. I mean, it's really nice. It's just no. I like my big machine that I can play on lots of things.
yeah. It's kind of a thing like because the Ouya backers that are crying foul about this. I don't know. It seems like kind of.
I feel
elitist. It's kind of elitist in a way, and at the same time, it's more of like you back this system, you're kind of entitled to it. At the same way, it's also like I don't know how to feel. I'm like conflicted 3 different ways here. I want the backers to get their way. I want Ouya to get their way, and I want the game makers to get their way. But at the same time, you can't have all 3 get their way and everybody win because let's face it, this is not Equestria. This is not Canada. I mean, what?
You know, negotiations are when nobody ends up. It's good negotiation when it ends up that nobody's happy.
Exactly. And you know what? That's an old GM saying. You know you're doing things right in a game when everybody's complaining.
Yep.
Game developers have the same creed, too. You know everything's balanced when everybody's complaining equally.
It's when one distinct people is complaining that it becomes a problem.
Exactly. So I'm not too sure what to think about this. I mean, this is not really drama. This is more of, it could become drama. We had drama at E3 where they actually got, blockaded at E3 from...
Had the cops called on them.
Had the cops called on them. They said that they were doing pole dancing when there was no pole dancing going on. E3 tried to pin it to these guys. I don't know what. It's like brony drama all over again.
Because those people sidestep having to pay at a convention, but still getting the exposure.
Exactly.
E3 tried, as I recall, they tried to park a semi truck right in front of them. As I recall, they tried everything they could to block it, and you know what? That's petty. That is really, really petty.
You know what?
E3, I am wagging my finger at you. I'm pulling a John Stewart at you.
You gonna wag the little finger, really?
Yep.
That's okay. I'm gonna sit over here and eat my s'mores Pop-Tarts. S'mores goodness.
This episode of Bluescreen Bronies brought to you by whoever makes Pop-Tarts.
Brought to you by the Colbert Report.
Exactly.
Oh,
Freedom!
I wish.
A wag of the finger and a tip of the hat.
Anyway, okay. So, Sony Online Entertainment, if you've ever played any Sony Online Entertainment games, you know how crappy they are. How crappily ran they are, rather. Yeah, layoffs finally reached them, which I wonder why they haven't reached them sooner, because Sony has been terrible as of late.
I think we have somebody who can weigh in on this.
I was going to say, have they ever been good at it? I waited 2 years for Star Wars Galaxies, joined one of the largest guilds on the server, the one that ran the economy, and it was just terrible.
DC Universe, horrible.
PlanetSide 2?
EverQuest.
I'm going to say this. You know, people say that Sony's doing better by going cheaper, and we're stuck at Xbox.
Well, Sony and Sony Online Entertainment
They're two separate entities. It's like Xbox and Microsoft are two separate entities. I mean...
Yet they both suck.
Yeah, Mom.
Oh, you shush. You think everything sucks. You think a Hoover sucks.
Dude, Viral, I'm going to put this in the most sensitive way I can. You could have Olivia Munn in your lap, and through your rose-tinted goggles, you would say, this sucks.
No, that's not rose-tinted goggles.
You know, I have
That
no
is
idea
food
who that is.
goggles.
Olivia Munn?
Attack of the Show?
I don't have TV. Oh wait, that's...
It doesn't matter, she's not on the show
You
anymore.
fail.
Well, she
Yeah.
hasn't... There is no show anymore, first of all. Second of all, Kevin Pereira is running a game show called Let's Ask America. And Olivia Munn is probably back in Playboy, for all I know. I mean, a certain magazine which nobody should buy.
Yes, that.
That's what the internet's for.
Anyway, Sony's little bit of drama starts with how GTA 5 kind of sort of got leaked already.
Now, why would they apologize to us about it? You know...
They
why
didn't
would
apologize to us. They apologized to Rockstar because Rockstar's mad.
You think?
Oh, it
How
was...
bad was the leak?
Oh, it was pretty bad. Full game.
Full game?
Full game.
Wow. That's bad. That's really bad.
It's terrible.
That's like... Urgh.
Yeah, full game kind of leaked early on the PlayStation Network. Yeah, Rockstar is, for lack
Now,
of a
wait
better
minute, are
term,
people paying
and this
for
is
it, or is it just leaked as in...
pre-order. It was pre-order, but they weren't supposed to be able to play it.
Yeah, it's
But-
like you
So that's
download
not
it so you can
so-
play it
So
on
it was
launch day.
unlocked.
So basically, someone forgot to put the lock key in, and it was unlocked for everyone that pre-ordered it.
So that's not so bad.
No, it's still a PSN leak. But for lack of a better term, Rockstar is, and you can count this as number one for the cuss meter, pissed. So pissed, in fact, that there could be lawsuits if they decided to go after them.
Do it. Do it,
They-
Philly.
There's a very good chance they can. I used to work in retail, and they have what is called street dates for releases. You might have the product, but if you release it ahead of time, often who gives you the product will sue you.
Yeah,
Mhm,
I mean,
I remember that.
remember when Cataclysm came out
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
Yeah.
and Amazon got nailed by Blizzard?
Yep.
Yeah,
But-
I worked
okay,
in that
Amazon.
warehouse that did that.
Amazon. I mean, what are they going to do? They're friggin' Amazon.
Freaking Amazon. Keep going. Forget about it.
Forget about it. Sell a few copies. Roll off the back of the truck.
Anyway.
Don't worry about it.
Leaking anything's... It's bad. It's
Yeah, especially
horrible.
when it's a fart.
Just because you're at Dragon Con doesn't mean you can be vulgar on my program, Skrillex.
That's my job.
So I don't want to steal your job. I don't want to take your job.
Araxis asks a very good question. How long do you think we will have to wait for GTA 5 on PC? Well, seeing how Rockstar is very terrible at getting stuff to PC on time, I would say sometime between now and 2015.
I tell you what, you're probably going to get it about the same time that us Mac players get to, I don't know.
DuckTales!
Anything good?
Woohoo! Oh, by the way, just so you know this, Skrillex, I beat it.
1 million years dungeon!
Alright, so that happened under
No
Sony's
trials.
watch, and Sony really can't get out of that, no matter what they do.
Oh.
But since we were talking about Macintosh, they're getting SimCity, and
Why?
they're getting SimCity installation and launch issues. Oh, gee, I
forget
wonder who
server
saw
issues.
that coming. Oh, everybody. Because
Forget server issues. People can't even install the damn thing.
no, they can't. They can't install. They can't launch. Too many errors.
EA.
Memory leaks. The only thing I think of is, gee, thanks, EA.
You get 2 thumbs up for fail.
Yeah. Yep. It's
So at least it's
yeah.
getting limelight off of Miley Cyrus.
Oh god. Anyway. Alright. This one I want to talk about the most. This is going to be a really short show. mainly because this was dealing about drama. We'll try to extend a little bit by talking about a little bit more about the drama that's going in the game world and what that means for us gamers here in a second. But this is something that is amazing. This guy, KG, he actually worked for a lot of major titles at Capcom. And him starting his own studio to make, oh god.
Mighty Number 9?
Yeah, Mighty Number 9. Sorry, the name escaped me. I wanted to say Mega Man, but that's already happened. But Mighty Number 9, it looks exactly like Mega Man. No matter how much you want to say it doesn't, it looks like Mega Man. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be so awesome. They're asking for $900,000, a huge amount of money.
And there's actually some big news that goes along with that.
We can prove that is attainable. Look at Skullgirls.
Yeah, I mean, we can
And
do
that
that.
was just from people who like Skullgirls. This is somebody who likes him, who likes what he makes, and they want to see the spiritual successor.
Well,
that's very evident. Want to know how big the Kickstarter is right now?
It's over 600,000, ain't it?
Yeah, 675,000.
Yeah, 600,000. It's
29 days
obtainable. It's obtainable. Everybody should go donate $1, like now, because
Or you can donate 10 grand and get dinner with him.
oh, I do that. I donate 10 grand just so he could send me an autograph of Nobuo Uematsu.
Okay, what's the food? What's the dinner? What are we gonna have?
Dude, I don't care if it's sukiyaki, which is a poor man's dinner. Have fun. It's Japan.
Nice.
Mighty Number 9. It's another one of those games that got kickstarted that's probably going to be super awesome. Cryamore is one that's on my radar. It's going to be awesome. There's a few Kickstarter games which I want to see personally come out right now.
You know, I'd like to point out, and I'd love that the guy in the background, what the number on his shirt is.
And he's even pointing to it.
And he knows what he's doing.
He's a white guy. Of course he's pointing to it.
And you know, he's probably sitting there going, God, I hate you, Kenny. Now I'm going to smile for the camera.
Okay, so Screwloose, you're at Dragon Con along with Starlight.
Yes! Dragon Con!
So,
Woo-hoo!
Dragon Con, what's the game news coming out of Dragon Con?
I have not been paying attention.
Really?
We've been at phony panels.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so Screwloose, you evidently harassed Robert Paulson?
I did harass Robert Paulson. It was wonderful.
What did he say?
He said that I should continue being the Robert Paulson of our group.
Oh, so he knows about Everfree Network.
He knows of it, and he said he recognized that we were both Bronies like immediately. Not insofar as.
Okay, was Starlight dressed up like Barry Punch?
Yes. Yep.
Well, there goes away clue number 1 and 3.
And the fact that I was wearing Ponies Forever from Target.
Whatever.
But we don't worry about such things.
Anyway,
he knows of Everfree. We talked about his show that he has online, and he has like 90 episodes of just giggle fests with all these awesome voice actors. Definitely go check it out. Rob Paulson Live. I'm plugging for him because I am the Rob Paulson of the group.
Well, yes. Continue, Rob Paulson.
Rob Paulson.
If you could in your Yakko voice.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Love it. Well, anyway, okay, so all this drama...
I will say this. If I'm allowed to, if I can get the panel, I'm going to try to memorize the nations of the world for BronyCon next year. And if they will give it to me, I'll more than happily do a on the stage with of the nations of the world.
You gotta do
And-
the dance too, jumping around.
Yeah, jumping around. Yes,
I would
with
do
a
the
pointer.
dance. I would love to do the dance too, but I'd also have to see if Starlight would do his
Wacko.
wacko states. He gets a lot. It's a lot easier for him.
Okay.
He has only 50.
All right,
so-
Starlight, do your wacko then, so we don't have to go.
Look at my Wacko.
Okay, so I don't have to call Jess Arnell.
All I could do was original voice when it was down here.
See, we need to get a dot, and then we need somebody who can do a pinky.
Well,
and-
I know
or a
exactly who
brain.
can. I know exactly who can do a dot. Let's find Monty and get her to do a dot.
Ooh.
There you go.
That just for Prince.
I know too much.
Yeah,
Fingerprints? Nah.
I don't
I
think
tried.
So.
No,
Fingerprints?
no. Fingerprints.
I don't think so. Okay, so
Get on with it.
serious moment here. Turn the music off. Serious moment. All this drama. What does it mean for us gamers? Unfortunately, it can mean, in the terms of Square, and Sony, their drama right now, it can mean a lot of terrible things actually for us gamers.
Well,
If Final Fantasy XIV kind of tanks, that is multi-millions of dollars they just spent trying to revamp it. And multi-millions of dollars they just spent on buying new data centers to make that. It is their fault, but it will inadvertently trickle down to us gamers.
Yep.
We'll get less content, we'll get less games, we'll get less
Quality.
franchise releases, we'll get less quality. They won't want to take more chances anymore. It'll scare the developers. What does it mean for Sony? It means if...
Nothing.
Well, it means nothing for Sony. What does it mean for us? It means GTA will not do pre-release stuff as big anymore. They will not let you pre-order as much anymore.
I'd be okay with pre-order bonuses going bye-bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be one thing to see what they do after this, because they can sue. Will they sue? I don't know.
I don't think they would.
But yeah, it's whenever there is game developer drama, it inadvertently always trickles down to the players. In what form, we don't know. When there's drama within Capcom, we lost several games that were supposed to come out, like Mega Man Legends 3. We lost a few game developers from game companies. Like the original Final Fantasy team left and created a studio to create Lost Odyssey. Now, does that mean we as gamers got the trickle down? No, we actually got a good game out of it, but we only got one. We don't have Lost Odyssey 2, or we don't have another game coming out from that studio. Bungie let Halo trickle down, especially after it got bought by Microsoft.
Yep.
Can't forget about Clover Studio.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of drama that goes around in the gamer fandom, or the gamer scene rather, that if you actually pay attention to it, you can see later down the road why certain things happen. Like with this whole backwards compatibility issue thing, when Sony stopped doing it, Microsoft stopped doing it because it costs less. And that's what it is about them. It's about money. To us, it's about content. To them, it's about money, and content costs money. So they just throw titles at us like Final Fantasy, and like, oh, no, people will buy it. Because they will. How many people have bought Call of Duty just because it's the next Call of Duty? Or Battlefield just because it's the next Battlefield? Why
I bought the
haven't
next
we...
Battlefield because I like the current Battlefield.
Why haven't we punished enough game developers or game publishers because of this stuff? There's millions of people that bought SimCity 5. Millions!
And they screwed that up royally. Royally.
How many...
With delays and everything. You can't do that you can't do that to you can only do that so often to a consumer before the consumer says, you know what, I'm done.
I think that the silly thing is when it comes to game consumers, they are quick to forget.
Unfortunately.
Used to be we weren't so quick to forget because we had not just magazines, but we had rental stores where if my friend Jimmy said that this game is awesome, I would go rent it and then buy it.
Can't rent anything anymore.
Where if Jimmy went and rented something, he said it sucked, I never even touched it. I never went to the store, rented it, never did anything with it.
I despise I will not buy any game that requires any of its reviewers not to be able to say anything before the game is released.
Yeah,
good old review embargoes.
Review embargoes suck.
I think that's wrong. I think that's because the game companies know that if they require that, they know there's something wrong with their game. They know.
Duke Nukem had a review embargo.
See what happens?
Aliens vs. Predator not Aliens vs. Predator. Aliens Colonial Marines had a review embargo.
Like any game that requires any sort of reviewer to not release its review until the game is released has some serious problems, and I won't touch it with a 10-foot clown pole.
Well, Screwless, did you notice a connection between those two games I named off?
Yeah, they sucked.
And who made them?
Oh,
Gearbox.
Gearbox, I am disappointed.
Well, technically, hold on.
Colonial Marines wasn't.
Technically, Colonial Marines was outsourced by Gearbox to Time Shift? Or something like that?
See what happens when you outsource people?
And then
inferior product.
Gearbox just wanted to get Duke Nukem Forever outdoors so they could work on Borderlands 2.
Yeah, so they can get it out the freaking door. It was in development for what, 15 years?
Also went through how many different developers?
Yeah, I mean it's different from being. I guess you could say it's different from having a certain franchise that's dedicated to a certain genre. That's different. Like Final Fantasy is never the same. Well, except recently, in recent history, it's never usually the same story. It's usually a different story, a different place, a different time. Now we've been getting force-fed sequels, and I asked this question last time. How many Final Fantasy XIII sequels do we need before they get it? It's too much. Final Fantasy X, we only had to suffer through 10 Part 2. That's it. We didn't have to suffer through 10 Part 2, 10 Part 3, 10 Part dress-up maids.
Beach volleyball
there was
vacation.
actually no maid outfit, which is the only thing missing.
Wait a minute, what about the beach volleyball vacation?
No. That's someone else entirely, and it's
Dead or Alive.
Yeah.
Same difference. It's the same difference. You're producing these games that people don't want. They want the next game, but they know you're going to buy this game because you might like it.
Okay, so long story short, gamers need to start punishing game developers by voting with their wallet. And I'm going to quote Total Biscuit there with that one. If you vote with your wallet and you don't buy games that are bad, inherently bad for consumers, they will get the lesson. They will learn. The problem is,
look at Microsoft.
They will learn in a bad way.
Yep.
They will learn to not take risks, and then we won't get games like Titanfall, or we won't get games like Mighty Number 9. We won't get these games that people aren't willing to take a risk on. We'll get Bayonetta 97 or Final Fantasy 1,290,000,000.
And that's exactly why Clover Studios shut down. They made Okami and Beautiful Joe, two great games, but they couldn't make the fun, so Capcom shut them down.
Yeah, and Okami was an award-winning game. It won E3 awards left and right.
Doesn't matter. It's bottom line. How much can I make off of that?
Hold on. XSplit just died.
Oh, good. I can.
Hold on, everybody. Hey, hold on. Chat. Can you hear us? Chat. Check. Check. Can chat still hear us? Okay, there you can. Okay.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, XSplit. I now have a big red X over top my entire toolbar on the top.
Huh.
I don't know what happened. XSplit did update to 1.3, so that could have been it. Yeah.
Who knows?
But yeah,
Oh,
giant black X right across the toolbar at the top now. It's white box, black X.
Are we going still?
We're going. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, it's
Do it
okay.
live.
But yeah, like Beautiful Joe, Okami, good games. They were kind of not really popular, I guess you could say.
They were
They were
good.
cult games.
Yeah, they were what they call cult classics or cult hits, or I don't know.
Cult classics.
Cult classics.
After a few years, but I've played Okami about halfway in. Then my PS3 decided to poop out on me.
Okami.
Aw.
I bought Okami
Yeah,
for my
well,
ex-girlfriend,
it's
and I always wanted to play it, but she would never let me play it because she's a greedy. Anyway, so the first chance to get to play Okami, I'm doing it. There's other game companies out there that have closed down. I think the Wild Arms development company closed down.
Well, then you got other problems like companies that get absorbed by other companies.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Mhm.
reference LucasArts, incredible
Yeah.
game company back in the day. But when the whole Lucas universe was bought out by Disney, Disney said, we're going to go with our own thing.
Same thing with the studio that made Epic Mickey.
Exactly.
And Epic Mickey was really good.
Epic Mickey was good, but it had better promise because it had more promise than the game was. The original concept art was incredible. The game was good.
Yeah, it was pretty good, and I'm
That's all I'm
not
gonna
too
say.
good on Disney games because I'm not a fan of Kingdom Hearts. It's a decent game, but I'm not a fan of it because Kingdom
I don't
Hearts.
have that kind of time.
No, that's not even that. Kingdom Hearts to me is Final Fantasy Light.
Final Fantasy
Yeah.
with Disney
Draco,
characters.
you want to know a Final Fantasy Light that was amazing? Super Mario RPG.
That was.
That was
I want that brought back to a modern console.
that would
Well,
be
Paper
great.
Mario was supposed to be the successor, but it's not the same studio, and
You won't get it. You won't get it because Square has outright said they're not working with Nintendo strictly anymore.
And Nintendo probably doesn't want to work with anybody that doesn't solely work with them.
Nintendo likes to have all their ducks to themselves. They don't want to share.
Well, now that
There's a reason why
out of it.
Bayonetta 2 is an exclusive, and I'm ticked off about that. Anyway,
moving on.
drama aside, Dragon Con has a huge scene. You guys were at the pony panels today. What all happened? Were there any new memes that we should watch out for? And are there t-shirts / patches by a certain somebody being made already?
I can neither confirm nor deny certain things that happened at Dragon Con.
At
We don't
Dragon Con?
discuss things that happened at no.
It's Atlanta, not Las Vegas.
I recorded both of the panels. They will be available on EFN when I can. I may actually have to mail it out because I don't know how I'm going to have the bandwidth at home. I may have to mail the flashcards to our lovely, incredible tech people who upload for us.
I mean, like 8-Track, Cowboy Dave, myself, Crescendo, One Trick.
Those wonderful people who work so very hard to bring the content to you week after week.
Wow,
But
that
I will
wasn't
say-
like an infomercial.
I know, right? It's like a PBS thing. No, a lot of interesting things were said. It was the better one. I can tell you the first one was okay, but the better one was we had Andy Price. They went into some philosophy on ponydom. And Andy Price, the questions put forth to Andy Price, a lot of interesting things he said about what's coming up for the next year, for the next season.
Yeah.
He has stuff planned out for the next bunch of issues. I think the next bunch of issues that for the
Well, I got a better idea. Instead of telling them about this, let's just tell them wait and see, because this coming week it will be out on Everfree Network's YouTube, Everfree Radio.
You got it.
All right, guys. That's all we have today because, really, to be honest with you, I was out for most of the day.
And it sounds to me like you are very... This whole week beat you up in terms
This whole week beat me up. I was sick. I had a whole bunch of problems yesterday during the stream, due to a 5-hour stream. Tried to log on to Final Fantasy, couldn't do that. Tried to beat DuckTales. Actually, I lied to you earlier. I could not beat DuckTales because it cheats!
Uses hacks.
And we played League of Legends with a certain Pegasus sister that will be on after this show.
Ooh.
So yeah. Yeah. So I've had a rough week a little bit, but I had a good Sunday, and I don't have to go to work tomorrow, so I'm good.
Go take a nap.
But other than that, this is your adorable baby dragon, who will be playing more games tonight at your request. And I'm Draco.
I'm Kyle.
I'm Viral.
Screwy.
I'm Starlight.
And while Starlight's not part of the Bluescreen Bronies, the rest of us are, and we'll be on next week, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on Everfree Radio. Everfree Network's video VR at 8 p.m. Yes.
There's one thing we need to do to end this with a cartoon shatterer. That's all, folks.
No. If I wanted to get sued by WB, I would do everything I possibly could to do Freakazoid.
No, if you wanted to get sued by WB, you'd have me do this.
Mwah! Good night, everybody.
And you are not running around in your underwear, Draco.
But chocolate on my head.